Tell me your reaction to the judge's sentence, if you would.
I think she got it wrong. I think as attorney said, I'm not sure where you go from there with something else, and I think he oddly cited only people that the prosecution brought up. I was certainly in that house a lot, and he wasn't, what you keep saying, in the back, in a chair, on the ground, or whatever. So I don't know.
Tell us a little bit about what you told the court as far as your brother's feelings for Jason.
I think Alex said it better than I could. He loved his son very much, and we all did. And the whole thing is just beyond description. And there were two sides to this whole thing, and I think that Alex's was ignored. I think it was an uphill battle from the beginning. And
John, do you feel that Alex being sentenced in the shadow of Molly's sentence, do you think there's a lot of pressure on the judge to sort of make it come out the same?
I think you can answer that better than I can.
Well, I'm asking you. I know what I think.
I would say that I would agree with that. And I don't think that the fact that Molly's attorney chose not to defend her should be the benchmark for what Alex is sentenced to. It just shouldn't be. He kept telling us that Molly's case wasn't a medical case and that we didn't need to present a medical defense. And we knew differently from the beginning. And so I don't know why the two were even compatible, but they are, and here we are.
Do you have any feelings of regret about your brother not testifying in his own behalf? Do you think that might have better told his story?
No, if you guys have been around long enough, you know the system, and there are reasons that you don't testify. It's you listen to your lawyer's advice. Alex would have loved to have gotten up and say what he had to say, and I think he did it when he talked in there, and it's just a lot got overlooked, and I don't know why.
John,
I don't know why it was as one-sided as it was.
In the end, though, the prosecution always likes to talk about the number of broken bones, and I think what a lot of people sort of look at this case is they say,
so do I.
Yeah, sure, but explain it from your family standpoint that how could parents not know in a situation like that?
You know what's funny is I was watching a show the other day called How Did I Not Know I Was Pregnant? You tell me how that happens. I've broken every bone that Jason J had broken with the exception of the skull, and I knew every one of them. 2 days before Jason went in on the 24th, I had him in my lap, was pulling on his arms, had him in a diaper, and I didn't know. Jason was at a doctor I think the math worked out, every 5.6 days of his life, and they never knew. He was at every well baby check. Something that really got missed, I think, is, I was a cop for a long time, and I won't say it's easy, but it's recognizable when things aren't right. And Jason was at his doctor, who I assume is a good doctor. I've never met her, but she certainly must be qualified. It says MD. Whatever the math was, 6.2, 5.9 days. They were never late for a doctor's appointment. They never rescheduled a doctor's appointment. None of that. So that is not the behavior that people take when they're trying to hide something. And Alex's and Molly's house was an open door. You came and went freely. I showed up without calling people. My parents did, Molly's parents did, all their friends did, and that's the kicker, is nobody knows. And you have incredibly qualified physicians on both sides of this saying completely different things. Who's right?
John, to the extent that Alex did something wrong, made a mistake here, what is that?
I think it's exactly what the jury convicted him of, and that's exactly the way he feels, and he's going to live with that forever. But to some extent, so will I. I saw him enough. My parents saw him enough, and they made great issue of he should have known. He should have known. And then there's debate. Well, he's a first-time parent. Maybe he wouldn't have known. I know with great clarity what it takes to raise kids and what you look for. And I never noticed anything.